Mitch
Oh God,
is
Mitch
in the house.
Hello.
Mitch is here.
Oh,
No,
oui. Hello.
it's the other. It's the other Scarlet Pimpernel. Where have you been, Mitch?
I've been all over. Let's just say that.
Right. Okay.
And we asked that because we missed you.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna start. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Come on in. We know you're out there. We have the spam bots already on our tail. We'll try to chase them off this morning.
I already deleted one comment. I'm not sure. Are they actually spam or are they just somebody who's posting?
I think they're just being funny. Until they say something offensive, they can stay on there.
No, that's true.
That's a typical Sunday Funnies crowd. Come on in, everybody.
That's very true.
Refreshments in the back of the hall if you can find them. Here we go. Let's start with this.
Holy shit. That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
Yes.
Sounds like my mother's calling.
That sounds like your mom.
Yeah, she'd love it if she was watching and heard that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a phone call in a minute. I know it.
It's like the Peanuts. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on in, everybody. It's Sunday Funnies. We are live. We're going to be here for the whole show, I think. Pretty sure. If you were with us on Friday, we were there for 3 minutes and then we were gone, which is just as well because I lost my net again right after that anyway. So we wouldn't have been able to broadcast for very long. Friday morning, wonderful, wonderful time for maintenance. Yeah, 5 a.m. our time. Hope the guys got it straight this time. So
well, they got to do it sometime. There's only you up at 5 o'clock that time.
I'm sure that's what they were thinking. Just that guy doing that comic podcast. We'll just walk all over.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Yep. Come on in, folks. It's Sunday Funnies for the 16th of June, 2024. We're glad you're here. Mitch is in the house. Mitch is here. Yay.
Yeah, they finally let me out of the asylum.
That's good. That's good. Got your medicine adjusted and everything. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Folks, we got a great, great book to show you as soon as I find it. Here you are. Right here. Art of Moebius. We're going to take a look at today. Great stuff by a great talent. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my stuff over at arrowcomics.store, where there's a lot of new stuff being added all the time. So you can go over there and get books that I've done and books that other Arrow contributors have done. It's a lot of just great, great reading over there. Like Alice in Chains, for example, a nice little horror book about a girl who shoots chains with little hooks on them out of the palms of her hand. You know, next door neighbor. Yeah. Herobot Zero, which there's 2 issues of over there. A nice cartoon, fun book about a little robot fighting large monsters. Paragon superhero title. Calico, there's Soul Tack over there, hybrids as well. Great superhero action. A lot of great fun over there. Arrowcomics.store. Go over there and check it out. Real glad you're here this morning or whenever you're watching us. Also joining us this morning is Allison. Allison, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Allison McGlone, the Alley Cat. I'm part of the Indie Comics Network. I try to stream on Fridays with Arting with the Alley Cat. I'm currently working on a Swords and Sorcery project for a magazine that will be coming out eventually. And random other stuff. Come by, watch me draw. Fridays, 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Random other stuff. Great. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I write things like this. It's a Jack Kirby book I wrote about my visits to see him at his home many, many years ago. I also draw things, cartoons and stuff. and you can get a copy of this on Fund My Comic if you go there right now. It's an annotated book about my character Hatch, how he came to be, and there's lots of published and unpublished artwork in there. And I also publish Comics Unlimited periodically. That's a 100-page magazine about comics, and there's articles in there and interviews with various creators and whatnot. So you can check that out on Amazon. You can get all my stuff on Amazon. You can also go to New Haven Publishing and find other books there. And also on Amazon are 10 other books. I've written science fiction, children's books, all kinds of things. So just check out Amazon. But basically, if you Google my name, I'm sure something will come up.
There you go. Also joining us is Mitch Rogers. Mitch, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Mitch Rogers. I am a comic writer artist from Greenville, South Carolina. I'm the creator of the Boger horror comic book series. So if you like monsters, blood, gore, stuff like that, it's right up your alley.
Oh, all right.
Okay then.
Brilliant.
Oh, they found me.
And they're coming to take us away, haha.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not coming from my end, so I don't know where that's coming from.
No, it's coming from my side. I said I live next to a hospital, so.
Going camera dark here for a second.
Oh, hey, it's my symbol.
With the wrong icon. There we are.
That's my icon.
I'm going to say it looks like an
My icon?
alley cat type
An
of
alley
thing.
cat.
What's going
Is
on?
that identity theft?
Oh, I got something kind of cool.
Loose camera, that's all. Had to tighten up my camera. Oh, there you are.
Look at that. That was brilliant.
That is
Friends
awesome.
might made that for me.
Here we go. Art of Moebius, one of the greats. Some would say the greatest of the greats.
Moebius is definitely up there as one of the greatest.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Tell us what you know, Mitch.
Moebius, his real name is Jean Giraud. He is a French comic writer. He was one of the founders of, and I know I'm going to butcher this, so let me apologize ahead of time, Les Humanoid Associates. I believe he's one of the founders of Metal Hurlant, which became Heavy Metal Magazine. He did Harzak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I butchered another name.
That's all right.
Yeah. He's one of the greatest comic artists of all time. If one would argue that Jack Kirby is the definitive American comic book artist, Moebius would probably have to be the definitive French comic book artist, in my opinion.
I'd stretch that to European.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yep.
He's also sorry, go on.
Nope,
I was going to say he's also a fabulous designer.
Yes.
You look at all the clothes and things, and he does really create everything on these particular worlds. You know.
We are going to see great examples of his work, his wide variety of work. This is from Epic Comics, which is a division of Marvel, published back in 1989. They did a whole beautiful run of Moebius albums, and this is kind of the art book out of all of them. So, and we'll be looking at a lot more Moebius here in future weeks. Here and on Comics by Night, Friday mornings, when the cable company wants to agree with us. Introduction here by George Lucas, some guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
Some weirdo.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before. I don't even know why they made him do the introduction. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah. In all his drawings, Moebius demonstrates a command of many disciplines in art. He is a master craftsman, a superb artist, and more, his vision is original and strong. Since first seeing the Moebius illustrations in heavy metal years ago, I have been impressed and affected by
His keen and
By-
unusual sense of
by his keen and unusual sense of design. Sorry, I couldn't read that K there for a minute. And the distinctive way in which he depicts the fantastic. Perhaps what strikes me most of all about his work is its sheer beauty, a beauty that has always given me great pleasure. And Byron Price also does an introduction here, a forward, and an introduction by Mark Lofficier. I always massacre those names too.
I think it's Lofficier.
Lofficier,
Jean-Marc Lofficier.
Jean-Marc. That's some great stuff here. Airtight garage here.
Yeah.
Mm.
He gets over so much information with minimal input, doesn't he?
Yeah.
With line work. When you look at the faces, there's not a lot of, or some of the faces, it's just a few lines and it's a perfect expression.
Well, that and the cool thing about his artwork is that it leaves it open for lots of color.
Yeah.
So he's a very bright, his work's very colorful. Love it. Right there you are.
Yeah, these cityscapes that did influence Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Ridley Scott said in an interview that the visual design was like specifically inspired by the story that Moebius did with Dan O'Bannon. I can't remember it. Like Long Tomorrow or something.
The Long Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Lucas himself got that little robot out of there, didn't we? We've covered that one, haven't we?
Yeah,
The little robot in that. The little robot on Hoth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Art of Moebius. There it is. Metal Hurlant. Classic heavy metal cover there.
I think it was the second issue of the American version because I think I have it somewhere in my closet.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Second or third. I know the first one was two robots fighting each other.
Yeah.
It'd be great if we could do a show on Heavy Metal Magazine, but that probably won't work.
Yeah.
Well, we could. Anymore, we might be able to get away with it, but it'd have to be the right issue.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe
I just put like sticky notes over certain things. You're fine.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of strategic stickiness. Yeah.
It'd just be a page of sticky notes.
I don't think we want to call it. I don't think we want to call it. Stickiness. I'm just saying, guys.
What do you mean?
Okay, post-it notes.
No idea.
Yeah.
Post-it notes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying now. Trying to cover yourself. Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be saying trying to cover yourself.
Oh no, that was chosen specifically.
Sorry. Anyway.
Me up on what ground? I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
One of the greatest things about this work is the lighting and the color, and obviously influenced by, didn't he live in Mexico or something with his mum for 10 years or something when he was young?
It was the Southeast, I think, like Arizona, but yeah.
Yeah, he loved the West. He really did.
Right.
That's his blueberry work. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah. I wondered if Blueberry was one of the inspirations for Nausicaa.
Arzak here. Probably.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. Hendrix?
Go out. Jimi Hendrix, yeah.
Look at that great work.
Yeah, Moebius was really great at both, like the cluttered artwork and the minimalist artwork at the same time. Like he really mastered both. Because if you look at the previous page with the guy on the flying, I don't know what that is. Yeah. It's very minimalist because it's just guy, flying creature, and background, but it's beautiful. then you look at like the Jimi Hendrix page or the Cityscape page. There's a lot to it. It's cluttered, but not in a bad way. Everything seems very strategically placed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
You
still
can-
see his minimalist style in it too, like just simple line work he does.
You can see where he influenced Dave Gibbons in Watchmen, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly with that spread, with the photographs pinned to the wall and that kind of thing, and that just the whole thing.
Beautiful shading work with lines here
Yeah.
underneath the color. Yeah. Great stuff. The way he adds texture, like here to that bottle, makes it concrete.
Yeah, that was the thing I was saying before, or alluding to before. When he draws clothes, you can tell that the clothes on the person are made of different fabrics, or it gives the impression of. It just we'll see some of that. So I'm presuming coming up.
There's some airtight garage.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should also point out at this point, we are looking at European comics. So if there's a nipple that suddenly pops up that I wasn't aware of, that's just purely by accident. That they have whole different standards over there, especially regarding nudity.
Yeah, it's called not being prudish.
Exactly.
Right. Whoop, sorry. Just
Not having Puritan values rammed down your throat.
Yeah, because I always thought things were made by God, allegedly. So there you go. Anyway.
There's that clutter that Mitch was talking about. Sorry. Just fantastic look here.
Yeah. He does a lot of that kind of view, doesn't he? Like the long view with a straight line and then a close-up side on again. He does a lot of that kind of thing. And there's a one where there's a guy driving a car, I think, when he drives to a big pyramid or something. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. Establishing shot. Right,
yeah.
Like any good
but wide open space.
Yeah, sequential artist would know. That's also where you put the introduction.
Right.
So you can load it up with
just before you turn it over. Look at the guy at the bottom left with the earphones on. You get a Carlos Esquerra from that. Over the side. Keep going. Other page.
Left side.
Oh, over here. Yeah.
That guy. Look at that mouth. That's Judge Dredd. That's Carlos Esquerra. Judge Dredd, isn't it?
It is.
That lip going down.
Very much so. Yep. You can see where he gets a lot of his shading. Carlos's style.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Carlos in this. Yeah. So, or I should say, there's a lot of Moebius influence in Carlos's work. Here we are again. Look at that simple line work.
Yeah. I think that we'll see it. I'm presuming we'll see it in a few pages. That guy on that Arzak thing, where he's standing up when he's riding it. Not that one, but I think that's the iconic Moebius drawing to me. We'll see it. You know which one I mean, where he's flying over.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. It's fantastic, though. We'll see a lot of his color painted work in here. The inkle.
Fantastic, isn't it? It really looks like he's floating in the air, doesn't he, that guy?
Yeah. Got all the detail here as well. It's great.
I like the way he draws himself in it as well.
Yeah.
That could almost be a self-portrait there.
Yeah.
Maybe a more handsome version of himself.
Here we go.
When was this published?
89, I think, right? 89, 86, somewhere in there.
So you see the thing about the colouring, it's pre-computer colouring.
Yes.
So you should bear that in mind. I'm not sure whether Moebius colours all his stuff, though. I'm sure there's another guy involved in that, but I may be wrong.
I think some of these pieces he did on his own. Happy of black and white. and photo technically combined with the background. Yeah, they're explaining that the old coloring technique where they used to shoot the black and white onto special paper that would all the black and white lines would come out as non-photo blue. And then they'd be able to go over and paint over it, and then lay the black screen back over top of it, like a transparency. That's what this is from. That's why you've got this here.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Wow. Come wow.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Oh, sorry. Again.
Randy's having an earthquake again.
Yeah, just keep knocking the tripod.
He's a great draftsman as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The whole
Yes.
thing is just brilliant. I like the way he does the color. Like immediately when you turn that over, you see that big red spaceship, but then you immediately go, or I did, down to the left of the guy running.
Mm-hmm.
And he's because his lights on him and everything else is dark.
Yep.
Really
yeah, it
great.
calls right to it. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to miss my bus.
And there isn't another one for 40 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you could just look at it for hours, couldn't you? The detail in the line. I'll tell you what else I like that he does. Do this. I'm going to say I'm do this myself. See the straight lines. Don't use a ruler on them so much.
Mm-hmm.
Draw them freehand because it loosens it up.
See a lot of Geoff Darrow in this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff
Well,
Darrow-
he apprenticed with him for
very
a
influenced.
while.
He what?
Jeff Darrow apprenticed with Moebius for a while.
Oh, that
you
explains it.
go.
Yeah,
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
it sure does. That's another book we have to put on our list, Hard Knocks.
That'd be a good one.
That would be a good one to look through. Here we are. Look at that. This is crazy.
Those faces look across. That guy with the green hat looks like a cross between Tintin and the Snowman film. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of like. I can't remember the guy's name who did the Snowman. But again, the red thing above them so intricate in the design work of it and the colouring, and then you get the figures and they're very sort of open and not a lot of detail going on. But I'll contradict myself. There's a lot of detail going on her legs and on the bag, and it's just knowing when to leave it out, isn't it?
It's one of those drawings that opens up the more you look at it.
Yeah.
You see the upfront detail, the color that attracts you, and then you notice there's a huge city back here. There's a like a domestic urban scape back here. Just great.
I'd like to know how big this artwork is.
Winner couple from 1979 for the magazine La Express. Coloring is a particularly fine example of Moebius's style. The upper part of the picture appearing alien machinery, depicting alien machinery, is intentionally reminiscent of the work of trend and fellow metal hurling artist Philip Droulet, or Droulet probably.
Droulet, yeah.
Yep. I always called it Droulet, but we're practical.
Well, it's the magazine. The magazine in French would be Elan.
Yeah. Oh.
With a silent H and silent T. But there you go.
Okay. Moebius says, I was doing paintings like those of the great classical masters. But in order to do this, you must dedicate your life to one style. Also, you must approach drawing more seriously than I do. When a serious painter does a painting, he works on it for days and says, for days and days. And if it doesn't if he doesn't let it go till it's perfect, it's not my way. I draw pictures in 10 minutes, and they must be good after 10 minutes. That's what he says.
Yeah. No undo button on his work. See, this colouring might be earlier stuff, but this colouring looks different. Yeah. I think he's done this, and it's the colouring like the girl on the cover. I think it's by someone else, but I might be wrong. But this colouring is totally different. And these are more like I don't know what you call it, stills, aren't they?
And it's got a more of a Peter Max style to it, like Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he's here using very solids, very definite lines. Not entirely happy with these 3 pictures. I was trying to do something, but it didn't completely succeed. I think the best is the man dancing on the wave. The colors are nice, and the drawing itself is okay. I especially like the graduation of the green wave. The boy sitting is the table was not so successful. Perhaps low colors, new colors would improve it. Yeah. Everybody's critical of their stuff, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
definitely true.
That's a sign of an artist, probably.
You always have that doubt, don't you?
Yeah. One of my favorite Moebius paintings here. Just love this
Wow.
work.
Oh, it's a great piece.
Railway station. Yeah. It's one of my favorite of his individual drawings. That and the Star Watcher that they used for the front graphic. Love that too.
Yeah.
Just says a lot.
I like the way on that one there, the sky mimics the ground.
Mm-hmm. Just fantastic.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
There we go. Richness right there.
And he's just
Remember?
mid jump
ahead.
over that mid jump, isn't he? He's not.
Yeah.
He's just.
Skipping over. I'm like, I can do this. No big deal. No biggie.
Memory of the Future. It's the name of the piece. Love it.
I like the clouds on the horizon. Really fantastic.
Just, yeah.
The simple little lines, but they work so well.
I think it also adds to the movement of the person here because it almost looks like little dust clouds, like he's reinforce that he's running, jumping at the same time. Very ingenious. What do you think he inked that in? Pen?
I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say he used a pen rather than a brush. Yeah.
It's got such a steady line.
Yeah, well, it's that European thing that I've mentioned before. American comic book art tends to be sort of a thick to thin line, and European art tends to be a single line, and I can testify to that. Yeah. So it's a European look on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a name for that, isn't there? Like long Claire or something like that. You know, the sort of uniform line thickness is common in European comics.
I don't know. You see, if you took that drawing, imagine just taking that drawing and giving it to Joe Sinnott. Would Joe Sinnott bring anything to it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Picture was done very quickly. For one of my art exhibits in something Italy, Siena. It looks like Siena, Italy. The exhibit was being held in a beautiful place just behind a church in the center of town. It was a large palace
Space.
It was a large space. Huh. Powerful pieces in the world.
It's a very powerful piece. It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's
And the
so
ground.
Drawing is always like keeping a private diary, but not about the event in your daily life. It is really about your inner life, your secret life. The only thing I don't like about this picture is the character's head. I think it is a little too big, but maybe that too is a reflection of the fact that my own head might have also been a little too big at this time. Yeah.
There you go.
definitely a little self-reflection there.
Yeah. Just two more fantastic pieces.
Yeah, that piece on the right is I'd say a well-known piece.
Yeah.
Look at the way the guy is just bending forward, leaning on the turret or whatever he's in.
Mm-hmm.
When was that piece done?
I don't know. I'd say it was in the 70s. Is it?
Yeah, I was just curious about something with it.
I like the way he doesn't.
Yeah.
I like the way that he doesn't draw an aircraft flying by. He draws a flying saucer flying by.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a scene from Star Wars, the original Star Wars.
Yeah,
where
sure.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
X-Wings leave, and they're just the specks of light in the original cut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving Yavin.
Remarkable how many coincidences in George Lucas's work.
Yeah, coincidences, huh?
Yeah, that's air quote coincidence. I mean, he completely admits he took ideas from like everywhere. So
Everybody, yeah. Yep.
yeah. I mean, Valerian and Laureline is like one of his big influences.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could go into a huge, long discussion of all the stuff he took from that.
Yeah.
But is it without wanting to malign anybody, but I mean, there's been influence and copying, and then there's just using their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, T.S. Eliot was famously said, "Good artists borrow, great ones steal." So,
Didn't Wally Wood say a similar thing?
yeah, he did. I think he was quoting T.S. Eliot.
Yeah.
So what?
So he was even stealing that from him.
Most likely, yep.
I'll tell you what he does. What I've noticed about Moebius, and he does it so well. Apart from everything else, he does well. If you look at the picture on the left with the kids sitting down, he always does things floating in the background, like they're floating, aren't they? But he always does another kind of something else float. I know those little things that float in the same as that, but he always does things like on that one on the other page there where he's looking out from the turret. He could be looking at the birds.
Yeah,
but he puts a flying saucer in it as well.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Makes it more interesting.
There's always a sense of movement to everything too.
Yeah, and on the one on the left, look at those lovely lakes as well that are in the background
Yeah.
near the horizon.
I'm just looking at
It gives you an idea of how high up they are.
Yeah. The woman's dress is like moving in the wind too.
With
Like
her hair, yeah.
your skirt and her hair and
Yeah.
like her sweater or whatever. It's all kind of flowing with the wind.
And the guy there's got one of those long hats on, like the girl on the cover. But they're all obviously dressed for it not being very warm.
Yeah.
And up there it wouldn't be very warm, would it?
I wouldn't think it'd be very warm.
And the sun has obviously just gone over the horizon on the left where that lovely sunset is on, and that yellow on that lake is just absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. The whole composition reminds me of those Chinese lanterns.
Yeah.
That you light the candle and watch them float off. Yeah.
And bring the planes down, yeah.
Yeah. Scare everybody with UFO sightings, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Is there a guy there on the ground?
There's
not very clear.
There.
Is
it
a guy? A guy standing down there. I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm looking at it.
Little orange thing there, at the halfway down. See him?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Never draw anything you can copy. Never copy anything you can trace. Never trace anything you can cut out and paste up. Wally Wood.
You see, I think he's having a laugh there, because have you noticed how it's like when people say the only people who say you don't need money are the people who've got money.
Yeah.
So Wally Wood doesn't need to copy or trace anything.
No.
And he is also quoted as saying an editor is someone dedicated to destroying the work of a creator.
I can believe that. As I once said to an editor we know,
I think Sean.
If I didn't write anything, you wouldn't have anything to edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wally Wood's wise words for the day. Look at that. Venice in space.
Again, look, he's got those things floating up in the sky, the boats or something. The gondoliers. Those gondoliers, aren't they?
Gondoliers.
Yeah, brilliant. I'll tell you something else he does as well. He does this a lot. See the people on the bridge? Mm-hmm. They're looking at us.
Yeah.
They're looking in this direction.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
Like they've noted, like what they'll sort of say to me, they're sort of saying, "What's that over there?" You know.
Yeah. Well, and he's looking up at them too. So.
Yeah.
The gondolier.
That spire looks a bit dodgy, top left, doesn't it?
Here.
Mm.
Yeah, this looks a little off here.
No, I'm not about to tell him that.
But yeah, of course not. It's
He's
great.
deaf. You can't listen to me.
And he was right where he laid that line down anyway. So I was wrong. Yep.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, his stuff is amazing.
That's why I love looking at his stuff like this. Just great. There we are again. Fantastic piece. 86.
And he's got the guy observing it all at the bottom.
Yep.
I think that's Moebius again. He's looking at what he's drawn.
Could be. Or he makes sure he has that human perspective there.
Yeah. Not sure about the clouds on this one.
I like the white. I'm not hot on the color. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at that building, the brown one on the left, that's those buildings, and that, especially that one, looks like one of those hats, doesn't it, that he draws people with? You know, the long hat.
Yeah, it does. Yep. Just love this though. You can see the coastline through the crystal.
Yeah. Was it Dune that he did storyboards for?
Yeah,
initially,
the Alejandro Jodorowsky 14-hour long Dune.
Didn't he do something like 1,200 drawings or 12,000 drawings that nobody's ever seen?
Yeah, crazy amount. And it's not that nobody's seen them. because the Bible for that Dune book got spread all around Hollywood.
Yeah,
So,
and so many other movies came from that.
yeah,
Right, well, let me say this then. Those 1,200 or 12,000 drawings that I've not seen,
yeah.
I will agree with you there. I'd like to see them.
I want them in a book.
Somebody should do that. Somebody should put a book together like that and offer it.
I'm kind of amazed Tarkovsky hasn't done that.
Yeah,
He's
you'd think
live,
it would have.
isn't
Maybe he doesn't own the artwork.
he? Oh, that's
That might be
possible.
too.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
one of those where there's 15 people involved and they can't make their minds up, so we have to suffer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just put it
Honestly,
out there.
as a-
Put it out there. Put the money in a pot,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the legal wrangling, the winner gets the pot. But meanwhile,
'cause-
we've seen the work.
Yeah, because H.R. Giger has stuff in it, and there's
Yeah.
others too. I mean, it's
Sid Mead has a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that documentary, if you ever get to watch it, Jodorowsky's Dune, is just amazing to sit through.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. He had some interesting ideas of how the interpretation should go. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just
Well,
that, but
that's
the
a-
last
accurate
the
book.
last 10 minutes of the film where they tear apart all of the other 80s science fiction movies and show you where they pulled stuff out of that book.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. And it's obvious once you see it side by side. You go, oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, Dan O'Bannon ended up essentially creating Alien through that experience.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
there's
isn't that how he found
bits of
Geiger?
all sorts of stuff in there. Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to step on you, Alice.
No worries. I think that's where he found Geiger to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's through that.
Yep. I know
And
Sid Mead got a lot of work off of that too, a lot of design work. That's how he got Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Dune books, and I'm really glad that Jodorowsky's version didn't make it, because it was completely different from from what Herbert wrote. But the amount of imagination that went into it, you can't help but be amazed by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. Granted,
Absolutely.
my feelings on the Doom books kind of start to dwindle after Children, but
Yeah, mine too. After God Emperor, I'm like, okay, I'm losing interest.
yeah, when you got when you got basically people turning into space worms, I'm just kind of like, the sandworms. Kind of like, I'm out.
Nemo. Some work he did for little Nemo.
That is beautiful.
See, I'd be happy if I could just do that rough.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was done for the animated film.
I think so. Or at least a Nemo project like it.
Yeah.
See, Moebius is one of those people who should live forever.
Yes.
Yeah. He's
That's
definitely a person
amazing.
that I'm jealous of his skill. He was just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Been ignoring the chat. Sorry about that chat. Didn't mean to do that. Spam bot still in the house. Drew Lay is still around even. Yeah. Hello, Ephraim. Hope you're doing all right. Spam says, I think I heard he used brushes on Blueberry under his own name. But for any older Moebius, he'd use pens. Yeah. I could see that. In the documentary about Jodorowsky's Dune, he explicitly says he never actually read Dune properly. He just
That
liked
doesn't
some
surprise
ideas he had about the book. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I
That's-
think I remember that from the documentary now. That you say that. It's been years since I've seen it, so.
That's the same movie making philosophy the MCU has had since Eternals.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Don't read the source material. Just make it something up.
Just make it up. Yeah.
Yeah, they won't know the difference.
Yeah. More Nemo work. Classic. Love that bed. Look at
Yeah,
that.
more Limo stuff.
Yeah, I like the way his rough is nothing like the finished
Yeah,
version.
it's so different.
Moved it side on, but he's done the same thing. He does the same thing with the cars that I was telling you about. He always shows them side on. don't know. It's a funny thing. I
Well,
like the way he's done the hand lettering. there.
illustration here. Yeah, the illustration here on the bottom could have been done by Winsor McKay
Yes.
very easily.
Looks like it.
Yes.
It's almost the same
Yeah.
style. Yeah,
Yep.
amazing.
Little Nemo is that?
Yep, Little Nemo in Slumberland.
Yeah.
Mhm. Netflix did a live action movie that was inspired by Little Nemo. I haven't seen it.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was.
I know there's an anime out of Little Nemo.
Yeah, the anime is pretty good. I think that might have been my first exposure to Little Nemo was the anime.
I think it was most of ours.
But yeah, there's a live action movie that basically deals with like his granddaughter or something like that
Wow.
is the character, and she like goes into Slumberland and everything.
If you remember the name of it, let me know.
Yeah,
I'd love to watch it.
Yeah. Well, don't quote me if it's good because I haven't seen it. So
Okay. I like movies like that, though.
Again, I'm not too sure about that colouring on those clouds, but the drawing is fantastic.
A little dark in the foreground. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
it's called
Love-
Slumberland.
it's called Slumberland. Okay. Easy to remember. But yeah, a lot of the details lost here in the foreground
Oh, Jason Momoa
because
is
of
in
the
it.
color. Is he? How long ago was it done?
A few years ago.
Funny.
Not that long ago.
Probably before he muscled out.
No.
He's been muscular for a while.
Yeah,
Has
he's
he?
been. Yeah, I mean, he played Conan.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Less to
saw
say
that.
about that, the better.
Oh, thanks for bringing that back to my attention. The god awful Conan the Barbarian remake.
No problem. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
I think I saw that in the theater and went, that was a movie.
2006, 2019. There's another one at 2017. Thelma Salter, Nadia Adem, or Adam. One at 2014. None of them mention 2000. What?
I think it's a 2019 one.
Let's check and see. Oh, he still doesn't have credit in the main stars there. Caleb
no, it's
Fields.
2022. Yep, 2022. Jason Momoa, Chris, the dude, Kyle Chandler, a name I can't pronounce. Marlo Barkley.
They don't even list it in here on IMDb. Not 2022, 2019. Who are the stars again?
It has Jason Momoa, Chris O'Dowd, Kyle Chandler, Ryushi Opia? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And Marlo Barkley.
Yeah, there
Marlo
it is.
Barkley's the girl. So,
Yeah, it's not on the main listing. It must not have been very memorable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's got ram horns in it.
yep.
Momoa does.
Yeah. No, it's only got a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Critics' review were positive. Well, no. 5.3 I don't really consider very positive. It's dead average.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it. I remember seeing a preview for it, then promptly forgot. So
Probably, yeah. Same here. Look at that. Grand Hall.
I'd love to do a day on Winsor McKay. That'd be fun.
I got Little Nemo's. Some of it has some pretty graphic black stereotypes in it.
Yeah, that's
He ends
true.
up going to Africa and bumping across a bunch of natives that are your typical stereotype black person of the day, minstrel looking.
I think we should just show it. People
Yeah, I think people will figure out.
people should get over themselves. And I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's good,
I hear you.
but it is what it is, and let's see it and enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah,
And all of that,
but,
all of
yeah,
that material is in public domain too. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
I ran a couple of strips when I was doing Flint Comics and Entertainment that were self-contained. Took up full pages. That was really nice, full color page of Little Nemo. That was fun to run. Another great grand hall here. Study in perspective. A little looser, maybe, than what he normally does. A little bit more prep work, it looks like, or production work.
yeah, they're only rough, though, aren't they?
Yeah. There we are. Couple of great pieces. Look at that.
I like the way when he draws vegetation, it looks like it's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also looks quite menacing, doesn't it? Because it looks alive. You
Some
know,
of it-
I'm half expecting this book here. When you turn over, that one of those branches will have squashed that butterfly guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
It looks menacing, and like I say, it looks alive.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of flight as well, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that was the mushrooms he was on.
Probably.
Is that what it is?
He was known for doing a bit, yeah.
An occasional hallucinogen?
Yeah.
So people always say that about Jack's work too, you know?
Do you know, I mentioned this morning to Helen. I don't believe that at all. I met the guy. He was just too straight to be doing that. He's not, you know,
Yeah.
he just wasn't. I don't know, but
See him-
I put money on it.
Well, really, after 20, 30 years of working in comics, the extraordinary becomes ordinary,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
the work that he had done, you know? So New Gods is just a small extension of his imagination
Yeah. you
that
see,
he literally brewed up during Thor and Inhumans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see his stuff, Jack Kirby stuff, as being what you might call weird.
Yeah.
This
No,
stuff
I
is
don't either.
this stuff is sort of surreal, isn't it? Fantasy,
Some of it.
surreal. And I know Kirby's isn't real.
This
Yeah, if
is
you look-
very like Lewis Carroll kind of feel to it.
Go ahead, Glenn.
Sorry,
No, I'm just saying that I've heard it leveled at Ditko as well about using things. And I don't know whether he did. I doubt he did, but his work in Doctor Strange especially tends to be on the surreal, like this stuff.
yeah,
Kirby's is I know it's not real, but it's science fiction, isn't it, rather than fantasy? It's you know, the characters are more human than these people in these books. They're not these guys aren't human to me in these books.
My impression of Ditko is very much like Kirby. I think he pulled all of that out of his head.
Yeah.
And that he was everything I've read of Ditko, he was way too straight-laced and too much of a realist to use any mind-altering drugs.
Yeah, he didn't need to, did he?
Didn't have to. Yeah, exactly. Still a beautiful piece, though. I'd love
Oh
to
yeah, no doubt about that.
have that. Rough and finishes. This looks like our Zach here.
Yeah. I think this piece is incredible because you've got the guy that's sort of the main guy, the hero guy, you know, with the back to us, and he's just discovered this amazing city, and there's already somebody coming up at the bottom to see what the hell he's doing, you know.
yeah.
Who are you, you know. And again, we've got another flying machine there, and he has a thing about flying in crystals, doesn't he, Moebius? And,
Yeah,
open plains of land like this again. It's like the desert again.
Yeah. Just fondness for the Southwest again.
Yeah,
Sorry,
very
Allison. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the exact same thing you were. Basically reminds me of the Southwest
Mhm.
with crystals.
Yeah.
His his like rough page that he did. I love the lighting on that from the crystals and everything.
Yeah.
This looks
Yeah.
amazing.
I want to thank everybody for stopping by this morning. We're looking at the Art of Moebius. If you didn't know that already. There we
And
are.
There it
And the
is.
finished piece.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Just gorgeous.
I just
Sorry
love
for
the way that
reflection here.
the way his boots are going in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got weight. He weighs something, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely
It's-
weight to it, and it's not because he doesn't know how to draw feet.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Somebody had to make the joke.
In fact, he probably drew the best feet he's ever
Fantastic,
drawn,
yeah.
and now he's thinking, I've got to have them. I've got to rub it out now and put them going in the sand.
Yep.
But look at his boots. They're obviously sort of fur lined, aren't they? And you can tell they're different. They look like a different texture to his trousers because they're made
Yeah,
out
they
of different material, you know.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
material does look different. I mean, leather-ish. I don't know,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
it's definitely different.
yeah. The
Mitchie,
boots look.
Mitchie is still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just
Sorry, Glenn.
admiring the art just like you guys.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to step on you, Glenn. Go ahead.
It's all right. I'm just saying that those boots to me look like skin rather than leather. I know
Yeah,
that's the same thing, but like Red Indians used to wear, whatever they're called this week. They used to wear the skins, didn't they? But they
Mhm.
weren't stretched to be leather and all that. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Another piece we can stare at for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just amazing. I just love the way he draws all the patches on the design of the jacket and everything.
Yeah.
It's just you could sort of see it hanging in the store, can't you? And he's bought it last Friday. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep.
It looks real.
Same thing here with the armlets.
Yeah, look at all the lines on that. The way he's got the effect on the top.
Yeah.
And the lines behind him, and they're in his hair, and all that kind of thing. It's just brilliant.
This one.
And everything in his clothes has a use. Like on the guy in the colour, he's got buttons on it and the epaulette on it and all that kind of thing. Like when you buy a jacket, it has a million pockets in it, and the guy on the left has got that sort of wraparound on thing on his forearm. It's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible work.
And he's got a modern hairstyle. Who knew?
Yeah. He's or he's a paratrooper on D-Day.
There you go.
101st Airborne wore their hair like that.
Another classic piece here. Fantastic.
Is the one at the bottom Nick Fury? Like he's got
Could be.
I'll tell you what's incredible. There's three pieces, three different poses there, but the one we see, the color one, which is the one we see most of the time, is the correct one of the three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
I agree. It's quite beautiful.
It says a lot too. These prospectors sitting there watching the piece of rock float.
Yeah, the piece of gold floats on that planet.
Yeah. It's a yellow crystal.
He's got one of those hats again. I'll tell you what's really good on. It's really good on this this particular illustration, the color one. Is the gold or whatever it is floating, then the gold on the hammer, and then the gold where he's chipped it from. The color.
Yeah. Yep.
That hat that he does all the time. He does that hat all the time. It's just fantastic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's really brilliant.
Again, a very classic piece.
Wow. You see, again, on the left, on the top sketch,
Mhm.
there's the previous guy, the paratrooper guy, is behind the girl, but he's
Yeah.
taken out the finish one,
Yeah.
and put some sort of a garden behind. But he always gets the right one.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the painting on the painting of the guy framed.
Yeah.
How good is that? Do you know
Not
what I
just
mean?
that, but look at the little guy here. looking
Yeah,
up at
yeah, I
him.
was going to get to him. And then
It's
at the
just
bottom, there's a
amazing.
little guy that looks like he's got a piece of chocolate next to him, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Look at that. Look at her, the way she's looking at that ball. Look at her eyes, like, I'm not sure about this. You know, the way she's,
Mhm.
the expression on her. And there's no line on that face. And all the colour of the flesh is
Yeah.
all the same.
Solid.
There's no gradation on it or anything. It's just flat.
Nope. Didn't need it.
No. And again, her jacket with those big sleeves on.
Yeah.
You know, it's just amazing.
Could be modern fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, you'd look pretty neat walking around like that. Or maybe some of the
Yeah.
girls would. I don't know about me, but it's fantastic.
Just love this. You're here looking at all of the little individual details, and then you got
Yeah.
this guy standing
Yeah.
there.
Again, it's the observation guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's him again. You know, looking at his work.
Very possible. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you got the bag on the stick next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next to the chocolate.
Just passing through.
Look at that. If you saw somebody wearing that stuff, you'd think, wow, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
lovely. And the way all the detail on the jacket, and then there's nothing on the trousers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing.
Just a few little tiny lines just to give you that feel. You know, the thing that I like from the rough to the finished, gave the guy a belt.
Yeah.
Or I should say gave the person a belt. Can't really tell.
But I think it's a girl.
Gender
but
there. Could be a girl, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a girl.
Probably is a girl.
But look at the sort of bullet holes in the back wall as well, the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how they in 3D, they go back, don't they? Just fantastic. Incredible. Again, I'd just be happy to do the one on the left.
Yeah.
I like the way he changes it as well, because the rough on the left has got the vertical lines on it and no circular thing around the back. He makes the right decisions all the time. Don't you just hate him? Like the one on the left has got a lot of the balls on the front of the shoes. He thought, no, that's not a good idea, so he got rid of them. Just put some nice shoes on her. You know.
Very simple. Yep.
Yeah.
No detail there. All the details right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Amazing.
And that this is probably nothing to do with it, but that piece of paper floating down just reminded me of Watchmen again with the photograph.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the right amount of color. Yeah.
Oh.
It's fun.
Oh, Helen.
Very
Wow.
two-tone there. Yeah.
Look at the detail in the shadow, the cross hatching in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I should say the shadow bringing out the texture of the cross hatching in it.
It's all
Yeah.
stipple.
Stipple, yeah.
lines here.
That's the word, yeah.
Those are dots.
Yes.
Yeah, those docs are very, very time consuming.
Yep.
You've got to make that art right, Mitch. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how long you spend on it.
And I would say that's all drawn by hand, no ruler.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
You have to wonder what she's looking at.
Yeah. Again, there's very little detail in the face.
Yeah.
But she has a beautiful face. But there's nothing there. And the way the coat or whatever it is she's got on, it's heavy again and big and thick. It's just hanging from her, isn't it? Rather than just being drawn, it's hanging.
Yeah.
Like the bottom of the sleeves where her fingers are coming out of. It looks heavy, very warm. And she has the hat on again.
Yep.
Look at that.
There we are.
A land speeder.
Crazy, but it looks practical.
Look at that. Look at that. How good is that? It says on the left, the black and white one on the left, it says land speeder and it says Moebius. I drew this in my hotel room while I was in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Working on Nemo. Oh dear.
God.
Fantastic.
I wish I could do something that good sitting in a hotel room.
Exactly.
Same.
Especially if it was in Japan.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just love it. The wall there. There's a lot there. And again, very practical machinery here. Racer.
Yeah, it's like one of those races from the 1930s, doesn't it?
Yeah, little lizard here. Great.
Look at that. Wow.
That is awesome. Ships made of crystal.
Yeah. Fancy getting up there on the end of that and you've dropped a couple of your boxes.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Has that person got a flying helmet on? They've got goggles on, haven't they?
Looks
Yeah,
like it.
they do.
Yeah.
A couple people back here too.
I love the way he does really, really low horizons and gets a lot of sky in it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you listen to the Doors a lot.
Couldn't say.
You
Could
could
have.
do.
Just a question. I mean, it's like, the crystal ships and all that. So, yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Oh,
Bye
that's-
bye. Yeah.
Look at the way he's looking and the way he's leaning over. All the
Yeah.
weight again.
Yep.
It's just fantastic. And that perspective on that crystal is amazing.
Get all the colors on that one guy.
Yeah.
Or the kid there reaching out.
Mhm.
That's your focus. No horizon line here.
Yeah. And the guy's got a suitcase. What's he got a suitcase for?
Yeah. It's traveling.
Unless it's his art folder.
Could be.
I like this one very much. In my mind, it looks like two small repairmen looking at a huge floating crystal, trying to figure out what's wrong. I like the feeling of lightness in the crystal, the colors, and the two nice little characters with their charming costumes. They took a little, they look a little like Stell and Atan from my Adina stories. That's what Moebius says. Here's a little bit of a sequential work.
Yeah, looks like some blueberry.
Yep,
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Early on blueberry, I think. Yeah. $1980. Blueberry. There's blueberry. A few examples of him trying different styles.
Look at that. Look at that wagon.
Almost photorealistically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible. I thought that was a photo at first, and I was like, oh wait, nope, that's a painting.
Look at the horse over the guy's head at the way the lighting is coming, the bouncing, the reflected light from the rock and the sand going up into the horse
Yeah.
and creating the silhouette, even though the guy is probably more in the sun than underneath of the horse.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the attention to detail on the revolver as well. That's one of those Navy Colt things.
Yeah.
Looks
solid.
Yeah. And that hat.
Just fantastic work.
Yeah.
What's it? Heroic, I think, was the publishing company that reprinted Blueberry last. Did a couple of big volumes in black and white.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever read a Blueberry story all the way through.
Well worth your time.
Yeah.
I haven't read them all, but I still remember Chihuahua Pearl. It's a great, great story. Should be a movie.
They're doing it in
Should
color.
be.
It should be.
Well, I thought they did do a blueberry movie, did they?
They did, but it doesn't count.
Oh.
They called it Blueberry and had a little bit of a supernatural ring to it, and wasn't really Blueberry.
Self-portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Again, the shirt on the chair, the weight on it, and that T-shirt he's wearing that's not falling onto his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. The guy, those are the guys he worked with, aren't they, on the bottom left? I can't remember their names, but they were part of his team, especially the guy on the bottom with the moustache. That's one of his team. There's a photograph somewhere of about 5 of them with Drew Lay and all those people. I think Hergé's in it as well. It's all those people in a photograph.
These are all labeled as self-portraits.
Yeah.
The illustration at the top, I drew one night when I was alone in my hotel room on a trip to Europe not long ago. It was about 3 a.m. And because of the jet lag, I was still awake. I had been on a diet, so I had lost 15 pounds and was struck by my physical appearance. It was as if somebody else was looking at me in the mirror, because the small illustration at the bottom was drawn about 20 years ago for Middle Herland. it was intended to make fun of me. In fact, you can tell because it's drawn in a style very much like that of the American underground, funny, satirical, yet very precise. I did the drawing on the right with a mirror in Belgium. Also, fairly recently, I tried to convey a dreamlike atmosphere in mythic quality, but I think I still prefer the illustration on the left. It's funnier. This one almost feels unfinished.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So it's
Does it say
unfinished.
anything?
Yeah, it said it's unfinished because it's wrong.
Yeah.
The shoulder's much too large and higher up and all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Yep. Very much so. Shows you even the best, even the greatest makes mistakes.
But how great to put it in the book and tell you.
Yeah.
You know, you could have left it out.
Ooh.
Oh, this is the one, isn't it? This is like Where's Wally, isn't it?
Off Darrow again. Yeah.
I bet he's in there somewhere. I bet Moebius is in there somewhere.
Yeah, and that's one you really got to look up close on because of all the different shades of blue. Attention right there. Detail. I don't see him, but yeah, it's really very much like a Where's Waldo illustration. Look at that. That took him about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably.
He did that in the taxi on the way to the hotel in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
It's only like
No.
a 5-minute ride.
No, I'm just making it up. He's just thought, I've got a spare 10 minutes. What shall I do? Well, I'll draw 5,000 people.
Yeah.
That's his task today if he should accept it.
5,000 people, space subway. Or actually, it's like a city scene, I guess. So,
Yeah.
It's one of those you'd have to look at it for 15 minutes solid just to see most of the detail.
Yeah. Looks like a Where's Waldo image. Almost.
Very much so. Yeah.
And we're just saying, where's Moebius?
Ooh, here we are.
Wow.
That coincidence line.
Looks like, it looks like she's ice skating.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that symbol's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
And a retro futuristic look to her too, with the pin on top of her head.
Yeah.
The goggles.
Yeah, it's like
That's it. Running
what's
shoes.
it
It's
called?
high tops on.
Got a Buck Rogers helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's off to play basketball.
Yeah. At the Munich Olympics in 1936.
Yes, exactly.
This is one of my favorite drawings. Oh, I can't read that. Sorry, folks. My eyes are really bad this morning. Very much because it embodies. It embodies something I had about California. This girl is inside a big castle. She's running, sliding as if she were on roller skates. She is floating, almost flying. There's a very powerful feeling. Very powerful feeling. That's what he says. Interesting. Somebody's racing out there this morning.
Yep, somebody's driving by in their crotch rocket.
It's okay. They're near a hospital.
Yep.
You don't have to go far.
No, they don't.
Nice
I believe
piece.
as a fully serviceable morgue, and it.
Ah,
Look at that. It's fantastic, isn't it?
yeah.
I like how you get like the dinosaur / spaceship, and then you have more of the bird one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if that's an actual dinosaur or a spaceship.
Yeah.
And
Front of
honestly, I don't think it matters. So
No.
Front of it almost looks like a pigeon to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, we've got the low horizon.
yeah,
Makes the figures look bigger.
Yep.
And a lot and gives it a lot more space.
yeah, it's super cool.
Not afraid to use thick lines here.
No, that's
Not
fantastic,
shady.
isn't it?
Get that Basil Wolverton look to it almost.
Yeah.
Text right there. It's riding a flying space slug.
It's like sort of a whale, doesn't it? Like coming towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just love the way he uses lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wonderful.
Another set. Must all be like quick sketches for him.
Yeah. These were done on the way to the taxi, on the way to the hotel.
exactly. He's like just getting off the plane drawing.
Yeah, he's going down in the elevator
Having
drawing.
luggage.
Yeah, it's all the cross hatching here.
Yeah, it's all the textures he achieves, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that there. There's Reed Richards hanging onto that rock. When they put Blaster on the other side and he doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Hello there, you.
Yeah.
You want attention? Is that...
Oh, love that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Absolutely love it. That would make a great painting.
Yeah.
This is cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the master working there on the right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Stop trying to eat my hair, you little creep.
Yep. Sorry we've been so quiet, folks, but we're just admiring the art.
Drooling
Oddly.
over it.
Yeah. Outside of my regular comic work, what interests me the most at the moment is my work on abstract paintings. Although it might be better if I were to refer to them as non-figurative paintings, because I don't think of them as abstract art. And in fact, neither did a friend of mine who is an abstract painter. These paintings do not represent any known objects or characters. Frankly, I don't know what they represent, and I don't want to find out. Maybe I will someday, but right now, the only thing I know is that these images are inside of me, and that I derive great pleasure in drawing them. This is the only reason why I keep doing these paintings, because I certainly do not want to make any effort to try to get them to be accepted or even to become popular. This is purely personal work, which I'm doing outside of my career, almost as a hobby. There is a repetition in terms of themes, like variations on the same motif, a little like icons, although that is not what I am trying to do consciously. I just start in front of a sheet of white paper with colors beside me, and I draw and draw, and as in a dreamlike state. The result is what comes out. I'm the first to be surprised by it. It is very possible that this is all a consequence of my work on crystals. My non-figurative paintings are a little like the opposite of crystals, which represented a conscious desire on my part to express the positive side of my nature. I do not repudiate my work on crystals because it was part of a larger experience in which I was looking for ways to express beauty, both in physical and spiritual terms, and graphic nonviolence. But as you know, one is never made of only light or darkness, but both, I believe. I believe I have always encouraged artists to express their duality, telling people who know how to show pain, horror, and anger in their work to also look for ways of expressing their face, the angelic face, the face of joy, but also encouraging those who express their inner beauty to accept that other side, their dark side, and express their own pain and anger. In my case, what I believe these paintings show is that I can express and more love my dark side as much as I do my bright side, which is good and healthy. An interesting aspect to my non-figurative paintings is that they often take on an organic look, which is like a return to the flesh. As you know, spiritual research often eliminates the body, the desires of the flesh presented as an obstacle to spiritual achievement. Most esoteric traditions contain that quality of flesh and mind. I drew crystals, and now I draw non-figurative paintings.
I think he was high again.
Could be.
Yeah,
Which-
get back to Blueberry.
It's a non-figurative paintings, which sometimes look like internal organs, like guts, in my opinion. It's wonderful because I love these as much as I loved the crystals. I have no idea where all this is going to lead. Then again, I had no idea when I began drawing crystals where that would lead either. Maybe this is where they led. In that case, you could say that the crystals did the job they were supposed to do, that is to cure me. They cured me because they have enabled me to express my dark side with love.
Well, they remind me of cells.
And that dark side is already sublimated because when it comes out, it is beautiful. Even though some of these paintings may seem morbid, I think they are beautiful.
No, I don't really get a morbid feel from them. So they kind of remind me of, what you see under a microscope if somebody sneezed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last page.
There you go.
I'm taking my crap and leaving.
See, I think that is him arriving at Japan airport with his folder under his arm and his sandwiches in his suitcase.
Exactly. Yeah,
There you go.
It's Tokyo Airport, so yeah.
Tokyo, yeah.
Naturally, knowing him, he might try to. I don't know if there's one in Kyoto. So.
What the hell am I doing here? He's thinking.
Yeah, could be.
I can't teach these people how to draw.
He's like, I gotta get the latest issues of Akira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. That's got to be one of the best things I've ever seen. Look at that desert in the background, that colour.
Yeah.
That lovely
Just
purple
fantastic
and
looking.
red. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Yep.
So
I can see all my drawing for the next 3 months now is going to be Moebius.
the box is just drawing my eye because it's partially open. There's something pointy in it.
Yeah, it's
Something-
the crystal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you look down by the shoe, there's a little guy down there.
Yes, there is.
Your observer.
Put over and be like, oh crap, and step on it.
Yeah.
I think I don't know this, but this is what I think. I think that when she's sitting there with that box, I think that crystal's pushing its way out to float up,
It could be. Yep.
rather than that it's too big to close.
Yeah.
But again, there's minimal work on her face, but she's quite beautiful, and it's just and all the detail is in the clothes.
Yeah.
Details in all the right places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And great use of perspective.
Oh god, yeah.
Very much so.
Learn perspective, folks.
Yeah. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Study perspective.
And that's The Art of Moebius, folks. Printed by Epic Comics, way back in 86, 89, somewhere in there. Who was the editor during that period? Archie, I think.
Was it Archie Goodwin?
Yeah, probably.
Byron Prius is the editor for this.
Right.
Doesn't say who was editor of Epic at that point.
I think it was Goodwin, wasn't it?
But I would
86. Would it
80.
not? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go on. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
Say, would 86? Would Epic be about what 5 years old then?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Right. It's going to be Archie Goodwin, I would have thought.
But there was a period there every month or every other month they were printing a Moebius book
Yeah.
like this, a beautiful bound volume. I believe this is the last one of the run.
In late '89, Carl Potts took over. Archie Goodwin was the previous one, so it's either Carl Potts or Archie Goodwin, depending on the time frame of '89.
Yeah, it's probably Goodwin watching over this stuff.
More than likely.
I would imagine. Byron probably had this already packaged and he brought it to Epic because he knew they were doing all that other Moebius printing.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful run of books.
Does anybody know what Tishai is on that book? Is it something, or is it just written that? I'm getting the impression it might be giving people a clue there as to something on that book.
No idea.
Or I might be reading too much into it.
Could always Google the word and see what comes up.
Yeah. That's so cute.
Let's see what it says here. What is it? TAH?
TSHAI.
Tishai Wright Law. Tishai Wright. It's a name. Tishai Henry Attorney. So Tishai is a name, and it means it embodies the leader brimming with determination to achieve greatness and independence. Number signifies a journey
There you go.
of
yeah.
self-reliance. Let's see here. Got to go to the site now. It's a professor. Let's go. Come on.
You see, when I rule the world, there'll be massive libraries and museums, and all this stuff will be there for everybody to see.
Doesn't seem to want to go over to the link here. there it is. Creative and outgoing. You are. Oh, it's just a rundown of what the name means.
Right.
Shape things in your own liking, if possible. If positive, you develop high spirituality as if you have a God's protection. You are sensitive, affectionate, imaginative, and cooperative. Spiritually aware and prone to self-sacrifice. You can keep secrets and are a good diplomat. You may have healing and psychic powers. You are bold, independent, inquisitive, interested in research. You know what you want and why you want it.
Wow.
It's the name of
There you
the
go.
meaning of the name. Yep.
Brilliant.
Again, folks, we were looking through the Art of Moebius from Epic Comics. Nice, great volume. I'm not even sure if there's anything available on Amazon, but there's all sorts of phenomenal examples of Moebius's work all over the place. He's still in print in a lot of places. If not, he should be. All of his stuff should be available. So many little guys running around. Yeah. Thanks for the read. You're welcome. Art of Moebius, folks. We'll look at more Moebius material as we go along. There's a lot of sequential artwork that he's done, the Inkle Airtight Garage and the like that we can look through. If you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like. Yeah, Blueberry as well. If you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you tell your friends about the show. We deeply appreciate you being here and for stopping by. Mitch, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me at Linktree/Celtic Cross Studios, which is the link on my name down here. You can also find me on Facebook. I had to make a new account because something happened with my old one. I can't get into it, so I had to make a new one. So you can friend me there. I'm also on Instagram and all my socials are on my Linktree. So it's fine.
I got a friend request from. Did you see my message, Mitch?
Did you send it to my old account or my new one?
I probably sent it to your old one. Yeah. So you
I can't get into it.
Right. No. Okay. Did you send me a new request though?
Yes, I did.
Right. I wasn't sure because I already had the old one and all that palaver. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Last Friday night, I just couldn't get into it in the middle of stuff, and so I had to make a new one. So
okay. Right. Well, send it me again, so just to make sure.
Okay.
Somebody dinking around, probably.
Yeah, they've not got better things to do, have they?
Yeah. Yep. Allison, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me right here in the Indie Comics Network every Friday, 3 p.m. Well, not every Friday. It's kind of when I'm feeling up to drawing, but I try to do most Fridays at 3 p.m. I think I said a.m. a second ago. Ignore that statement. I'll be here with the cats, doodling stuff. Lately, I've been drawing X-Men characters. I'll probably continue on that. And I also have a Zatanna commission I need to finish. So I'll be doing that on one of these streams too. But yeah, and that's about it for now.
All right.
I'm on most social medias. I ignore Twitter X or whatever it is.
Twitter X.
Yeah.
Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Randy's shows. He'll tell you about the details about that on Fridays and Sundays. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Amazon. New Haven Publishing, Facebook, Instagram, all the usual places. And like I always say, just put my name in Google and you'll find something. But go to Amazon and check out my stuff. I've got 11 books on there, lots of magazines and stuff. So I'm pretty much around all the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hope your back's doing better.
My back is killing me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Chiropractor tomorrow, I think. It was okay last night, but when I woke up this morning, it was back to as I was yesterday morning. So
yeah, probably slept on it. Funny.
Exactly.
Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store. There's all sorts of great material over there. Not everything by me. Soul Tack and hybrids are over there, as well as Calico, Paragon, Hero Bot, all characters that I've created and written and I ask that you go over there and enjoy, pick up the items that meet your interest. Everything available at the store is available immediately for shipping. So go over there and buy to your heart's content, I hope. This Friday at 5 a.m., we are going to continue looking at this great book about the Marvel legacy of Jack Kirby. That's at Comics by Night, Friday morning, 5 a.m. Friday morning. Yep, Friday morning. Next Sunday, we're going to go and take a look at one of my favorite artists we haven't covered here on the show yet, and that is Mr. Jack Cole.
Oh, yeah.
We'll look at DC Special of Plastic Man. That is amazing work. And if you don't know who Jack Cole is, you need to know, and you need to stop by and take a look at this character. You might think, well, here's some stretchy dude from the Justice League. There's a reason why this character was so popular back when he first came out, and that is all attributed to Mr. Jack Cole. And you really need to see some of his work to believe it. Some of the best sequential art ever, in my opinion. And just incredibly wacky stories, all done by him, just letting his imagination fly. So I can't wait to show you this stuff. Yeah, some really crazy imaginative stuff there. So hope you swing back by next Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Sunday Funnies. Great stuff. We are archived over at the Randy Zim YouTube channel, the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, which Russ is normally here at this point, but he's off on holiday. And we hope he's doing well. Hope he doesn't come back too sunburned. But anyway, and also, most importantly, over at the Indie Comics Network, which is where Allison's show is, as well as a lot of other great variety of programming. I'm sure that you're going to enjoy all of it, if not most of it. So go over there and take a look. We're all archived over there. A lot of us have been doing these shows for a couple of years. So there's an extensive archive for you to go over there and listen to and enjoy at your leisure. We hope that you enjoyed this program. We hope you tell your friends, like, subscribe, wherever you're looking at us from. Make sure you comment, leave a like, leave a love if you can. And we deeply appreciate you being here again, whenever you watch us. And we know the majority of our viewers who gets up at this early on Sunday morning, but we're glad that you're here, or this Sunday afternoon where Glenn is.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, appreciate you all. Thanks so much for stopping by. We normally run 2 hours, but this book was a very thin one, so we went through it in a hurry. So next time, Jack Cole, Plastic Man, Jack Kirby. There's so much more stuff coming up. Neil Adams is coming. More Moebius is coming. A lot more Kirby is coming. And eventually we'll get around to Halo Jones Book 3 over on Comics by Night.
Yeah,
so,
by the time we get around to that, Alamo will have written the next one.
Yeah, who knows? All right, folks, take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be careful. Remember, folks, hating ain't creating out there. There's so much negativity and trollism out there on the web. And if you love this art form, hating folks, trolling folks isn't going to help anybody. It may give you a short, temporary high, but in the long run, doesn't do anybody any good. Talking positively about comics, showing off the great stuff like we do here and on Comics by Night, and just raving about this art form. Where else can you tell your own personal story in words and pictures at an incredibly inexpensive budget, depending upon how you value your time.
Yes,
but anyway,
using budget special effects.
We want to thank everybody. Fund My Comics out there. Go out there and take a look at those great projects that are out there. Hatch Annotated is still available over there on Fund My Comic. The Shadow Kingdom isn't available at the moment, but the leftovers of the Shadow Kingdom will be over of the Shadow Kingdom run will be available at arrowcomics.store here shortly, as soon as that project is totally fulfilled. And we know everybody's had a chance to get a hold of those packages, and I can't wait for folks to get that book and read it, because it's an amazing product. It's great, great stuff. And again, we deeply appreciate you being here. Go out there and visit your local retailer when you can. Read alternative and independent comics, especially ours. And folks, there's so much great stuff out there in comics. That's why I say visit your local retailer. Look at those boxes that might not be looked in very much, because some of this old stuff is really looked over and passed by just too many people, especially those in this business. If you want to learn how to do comics, go out there and look at the best and figure out how they did it. You know, and that's what we love to do here on these shows. So, and we deeply appreciate you being here. Take care, everybody. Again, we'll see you soon. Any last words?
Try and get a hold of.
Have a great day and shut up and make comics. Oh,
There you
yes.
are, Comics and Sequential Art
Get
by
that.
Will Eisner.
If you get that, you won't go wrong.
Yeah.
Paul says thanks for having us.
Even if you can't produce it, you'll be amazed at what's in there.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you are. Spambot says it's only $1,660 on Amazon right now.
Well, I'll let you
yeah.
have this for
Not that
$1,500.
book. There you are.
Fantastic.
Thank you. See yous. Yes. Take care, Spambot. We'll see you. See you next time, hopefully. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
We'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
We've got time for a few little bumpers, and then we're out of here. So take care, everyone. He said scrolling to the right one of these days. Where is it? Where'd you go?
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Hey, kids, you want to see some great comics? It's Comic Book Show and Tell twice a week. Comics by Night every Friday at 5 a.m. Eastern. And the Sunday Funnies every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern on the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. Void where prohibited, not available with any other offers. Side effects may include loss of boredom and a sudden urge to read more comics. Check with your doctor if a sudden rash appears. Oh, I hit it and it didn't happen. Here we are.
Bye, Jack.
We really shook the pillars of heaven, didn't we, Wayne?
No horseshit, Jack.
No horseshit.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.